Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Dylan Silver, and today on the show I have Thomas Rendleman. Thomas is a self-described digital nomad, and he helps real estate agents and businesses get more clients, customers, and sales. Thomas, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Before we hopped on here, we had a good long conversation about a variety of topics, and I'm an aspiring digital nomad myself. I'm actually moving to the Dominican Republic in October of this year, at least part-time, Santo Domingo. So I have to get my Spanish. It's already decent. I got to get it a little bit better. But how long have you been a digital nomad?
I've been that way for well over 10 years. When I got a divorce, I moved into an RV and I decided I was going to live life on my terms. And so that's exactly what I wound up doing. It was an incredible move, and it was a good move because there's a lot of freedom as a digital nomad. As you know, you can pick up, you can go anywhere there's a internet connection, and that makes it easier to live life on your terms, which wasn't that way 30 years ago. You couldn't do that. It
No.
just didn't exist.
I mean, what I like a lot about it, in addition to being able to move anywhere, is the dollar arbitrage, is what I call it, right? So we have our US dollar here, and it just seems like everything gets more and more expensive. But
Yeah.
then you go to a lot of these places, I believe you mentioned the Philippines, and I've seen now Latin America, and it's just a totally other world, right? So I mean, I'm talking about Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. You can get a 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom, practically waterfront rooftop condo for like $600 a month.
Yes, exactly. And that allows you to live a life that you couldn't normally live. I mean, you can't do that with a job or with something that sticks you into a specific geographical area. And of course, just like you said, uh, having US dollars come in, and living in an economy that's cheaper, it can make it a lot better, not only for you, but also for your clients, because now you don't have to charge the huge amount of money that you would in the US.
Yeah.
So it allows you to get more clients, customers, and sales. Yes.
Thomas, when you were going through the genesis, the origins of being a digital nomad, what was that process like? Was there growing pains? Was it a hit
Oh,
right off
yes.
the bat?
Yeah. No automatic hit. Just like anything, it takes time, effort. But it was fun along the way. And I'll tell you what happened before I bought my RV. There was another digital nomad that was uh, the Winds, and they're a digital nomad, but they do things about being a digital nomad. They have videos, they have information. And I went to this RV show and I walked in, and there they are. and I was going to contact them the next week to go over the details of buying an RV, because it's, and you know this, it's important to have somebody that's already done whatever you want to do.
Huge.
Yeah, because if you don't, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. So it's better to have somebody. And I talked to them for probably 3 or 4 hours. Went to the bar with them. Of course, I don't drink, but at that time, I went with them to the bar because they had all these followers that were going there, and I wanted to know more details. And boy, I did get them. And then I purchased my RV shortly after that and started traveling throughout the U.S.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Do you think, Thomas, for people who are maybe aspiring digital nomads, do you have to have kind of a predisposition, a mentality that some people might not be able to do it? Or do you think it's a lifestyle that is accessible to all people if they're willing to put in a certain amount of time to understand some core skills?
Yeah, it's, I think anybody can do it. Okay. Mostly people, uh, they don't. And it's because they've got family or they've got other obligations that stop them from doing that. But over time, you can do it. And yes, I would highly recommend it. And especially uh, there's something, and we haven't really talked about this, but it's something that's very important, and that is when you have when you're a digital nomad, there are things that you have to set up some kind of a system to have some of these other things taken care of, and that frees up your time even more. So it's
Yeah.
not just being a digital nomad, it's setting up systems to make you more effective and stop being a slave to other people's systems.
Yeah.
That's really important. And even if you're going to be in one location, you can set it up where you can have systems that help you automate and delegate tasks, like having a VA. I'll be honest with you, if I didn't have my VA, I wouldn't be in business. It's a whole different mindset, but it's one that you can be more effective, have more fun, be able to delegate, and I can literally go out and do anything that I want. I just have to make sure that everything is moving along without me. If I want to take a month off, I can. If I want to talk to you on a podcast, I can. If I want to go play bridge with a bunch of senior citizens, I can do that. I can just get up, go. I don't have to ask permission. And that comes by setting up systems. And it's not necessarily because of the digital nomad style. The systems are what's important.
Let's talk about some of the businesses that you have active right now. We've talked a little bit about it before the podcast, but it's just so interesting to me, and I think a lot of other people, because I'm vaguely familiar with the idea of being a digital nomad, and I aspire to be one myself. But it sounds like you have multiple businesses going on digitally. Let's dive into that.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Well, I have a few of them. Yeah, clients, I typically don't talk about um, their particular businesses, but I do help a lot of people be able to delegate and replicate some of those systems. And I'll give you an example. I have a client that works in the fire niche, and and fire niche is financial independence, retire early niche, and it's a very big one right now. It's something that's coming up. And what he does is he works with doctors to help them through real estate. Get this, they buy homes from him. He earns a commission, and what he does is he helps them get one or more homes a year until they can retire. Now, he couldn't have done that without me. I wrote the book for him. I did the website for him. And I set up the marketing. Now, he didn't follow the marketing part, but everything else he did perfectly. And so the reason I'm saying that is because people sometimes need help to be able to automate themselves, and the best way to do that is to show you're an expert, which is why I wrote the book for him. And I also made a website for him, and that website helps him automate some of this marketing funnels. And for those that don't know what a funnel is, I know most of your listeners will, but if you have a funnel, basically what it is, you give away a free offer, you get their email, you send them the free offer with a link, and then you can market to them forever until they unsubscribe or die. And why that's important is because if you don't do that, you're just throwing things away, because people surf the internet, they look at things, and if you don't have constant touch with them, even once a month, you lose out on those clients. And that's one of the things I do is I help clients to automate that system. And I know that makes sense. Do you have any questions about what I said, or
Yeah,
was I
absolutely.
thorough?
So, I mean, we talk about funnels, right? And I think a lot of people are looking for, how can I turn a lead into a deal fast, right? But you
Yeah.
talk about a lead funnel, this could be very long period of time, right?
Oh,
And
yes.
so when people are looking at uh, their lead funnel, and they're kind of thinking about the long term, I guess, especially as someone who's familiar with this but hasn't really done a deep dive into this myself, there's, I guess, a lot of open, undecided ways where people can go. Do they want to do like a year long process? How do they want to stay in touch with these people? Is it just a newsletter so that they can think about them and not lose sight of them? Um, what's your approach, and what should be a good mentality for people if they're looking at this kind of a long term follow up in a lead funnel?
Well, there's a specific way of doing it. The first thing is to give value. If you don't give value to a customer or client, you can't expect them to work with you. You have to give them something of value. That value can be a post, it can be a giveaway, such as this gentleman that is giving away his the one I wrote, the doctor book, and and that way it shows you as an expert. Whatever it is, it requires you to give things away, and I actually design those giveaways, so it's not like I'm asking my client to do that. I'm not. I do it based on research. Now, and this is so much more important, because a lead funnel is great.
Yeah.
It really is. But here's the problem with a lead funnel. The lead funnel, even if you follow up, if you don't keep providing information and things to keep them excited, they go elsewhere. They don't do it. And you want to have it where it's a reoccurring theme, the same thing. You don't want to, jump from one thing to another. Now, I know that you've got a lot of different listeners here, from investors to lenders to real estate agents, other real estate professionals. But the whole idea there is, if you don't do several different things, one, they have to know who you are, and
Yep.
they're not going to remember you without repeat interaction. And that doesn't have to be specifically talking with them, but it has to be constant interaction. Even once a month is fine.
What would
And
you
they
say,
have,
Thomas? What would you say, Thomas, versus of texting versus email?
I personally don't like the texting, and the email is much better for what I do. You can do SMS, but the thing is, it interrupts people's day, and you don't want to continuously interrupt, because it's all an emotional buy. When people want to work with you, if you piss them off all the time, they're not going to want to work with you. They're going to go somewhere else. So the idea there is a soft introduction, a soft sale, and you never pressure them. If they want it, they'll buy it, or they'll subscribe to your service. If they don't, they won't.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
So pivoting a bit here, Thomas, when folks are looking at creating a lead funnel and they're maybe not sure how to do this type of thing, would you recommend that they kind of jump in and just kind of start? Because the sooner you start, it's like planting a tree, right? And you
Yep.
get the benefits later on, or do they have to really have a very systematic approach to this, and it's really better to get educated on how to do this, maybe CRM systems, all these different facets of this before they go ahead and start?
Yes, and most people never start. That's the first problem. People have a tendency to procrastinate forever, and then 5 years later, oh, I started that project 5 years ago. So the number one thing is to get started, and number two is to have somebody do it for you, because that's not your business. Your business is to sell, not to, um, buy. Your business is to buy or sell, but not to do um, lead funnels. You're going to spend a year trying to learn how to do that, while you could have been making sales
Yeah.
or subscriptions or whatever you do. So, yeah, it's better to get somebody to do it for you. And let me tell you, it's a lot cheaper and more effective to have somebody like myself or somebody else in the marketing field that can do that for you. It's just the way it is.
When you were learning how to do this yourself, of course, being an agent, a real estate agent, and then being involved, you've seen it. But then there's also a different level of setting it up and of diving in and doing a campaign yourself and then doing it for other people without giving away all the game, all the sauce, Thomas. What were some of the biggest aha moments that you had, which were game changers for you and your business for constructing lead funnels?
Well, I was doing this many years ago, and I did it for a broker that I worked with. This was uh, year 2000, so that's a very long time ago. And I produced a lot of things for him, and I learned a lot, because at that time there wasn't many courses on it, and you just kind of had to figure things out. So I come from the school of hard knocks versus the school of getting a mentor. And because there weren't any mentors, they just didn't exist back in year 2000. And so that's how I got started. um, I was taught credit repair from this broker as an exchange of services, and I learned a lot about law, about dealing with creditors. Um, and so that's kind of how I got started. Does that kind of answer your
Yeah.
question a little bit?
Absolutely. I think, for folks who are like myself, right, are looking at this, it seems like, well, I don't know about lead funnels. How do I start, right? But part of me also feels like, well, if it's a lead funnel, right, you got to funnel them to I'm picturing like a cyclone, right? You got to funnel them to the tip of I don't know what you would call it, but the bottom of the funnel, right?
Yeah,
And
you've got
so,
that that's why they call it a funnel. It's because it looks like a funnel. You have all the people up here, and then you slowly wean them down until you get to a client.
I'm thinking about, all the ways where this would work in the businesses that I'm a part of, and I'm also thinking about I didn't even realize that there were people like yourself who constructed funnels, right? Um, and it's got me thinking, like, how many opportunities am I missing, and how many opportunities are people missing in their business because they don't have an approach.
Uh-huh.
Right. They may not even consider anything that's going to be longer than like 6 months out, right? But with some of these lead funnels, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, but some of these lead funnels, you're getting potentially business that you planted like over a year ago.
Yeah, it can be a very long time. Um, and it can be very short. And the idea there is you keep providing value, and if they know you as the source to go to, typically they're not going to continue looking on the internet. And one day they will use you in many cases. And if they don't, it's okay too, because you're providing value to them. You want to be able to provide value to the masses, and then the ones that raise their hand, the one that say, hey, I'm going to do this, can you help me, or even just get an idea of what steps to do next. Yes, you want to provide that for everybody. And the thing is, if and I hate to say this, but if you do build it, they will come. But you've got to provide value. You've got to provide something of substance, and you can't be talking about yourself all the time.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of times, and I put a book together for Chandler, Arizona. Now realize all of this stuff is in production right now. It's not completely out, but in the resources we're going to give out at the end, this is this is a book for real estate agents, okay, for Chandler, Arizona, and it can be made for any city in the United States. I don't want to work outside the US because that's not my expertise. I only work with my expertise. I do not work outside of that.
Sure.
Um, and that's where my niches come in. And what that is a book that real estate agents can give out to anybody on Facebook or on Instagram, whatever. And the idea there is it shows that you're an expert in that area. And let's say that you're in a city that book is available. Oh, by the way, it's white labeled. So you get to put the real estate agent on the back cover and the name. I don't put my own name on there.
Very
It's
cool.
white labeled. And so they can the person can keep the book. Now, this is the important part. If you just make a book, people are going to flip through it and they'll forget it. But if you put links in there, which Amazon doesn't allow in most cases, um, and QR codes where they can just go in there and click um, on their computer, it will show updated information such as what the current amount of homes that were sold in the last month, kind of the median value, so that they can get an idea. Um, Different things that are current information. So the book may never change, but all of the links they can go to and they can get current information. So would they keep the book? Absolutely. They're going to keep it.
It's adapting. I love that. Thomas, we are coming up on time over here. I'm actually gonna
Yes.
share my screen with the link that you gave me before hopping on here. So I'm
Sure.
gonna go here, simple. So this website that I'm sharing, this is earlyexitforpros.com/simple. There's a couple videos at the bottom and direct line for Thomas, 520-728-8030. I'm just going to play 15 seconds of the second video here.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're cutting through some of the usual noise for real estate agents.
Yeah, we're talking about building community presence, getting leads, but maybe, just maybe, without all the tech headaches.
Exactly. We're exploring this model built around a community website that, well, it's sort of...
So that's one of the videos on this website here, earlyexitforpros.com/simple for folks who are listening here. Thomas, is that the best way where folks can go to get a hold of you?
Yes, and I'll tell you why that I'm not practicing what I preach. I would normally have an email capture down there, and then you wouldn't have access to it unless you put in your email. The reason I'm not doing that is because I only want to work with people that are really interested, and they would be, if they don't see it by now, they'll never see it. The idea there is, if they want to get in touch with me personally, I don't have a problem with that. I answer the phone every single time unless I'm in a meeting or I'm sleeping. If I'm in a meeting or sleeping, of course, I don't answer the phone. I had a mentor that did that, and he only got a few hours of sleep a night because he was constantly answering the phone 1, 2, 3 in the morning. And I'm not going to ever do that. Okay. He was a great mentor, but yeah, a little bit crazy. But you got to be a little bit crazy to be able to step outside the normal bounds. And if you want to do something that is extraordinary, you have to take extraordinary steps. And so I want to work with those kind of people. I do have a lot of projects that are going on, and those are the ones that I listed. I do not list clients that I actually have projects for, because that's their personal business, and I don't want to have them think that people are going to steal their ideas. And the funny part is, if you really understand marketing, even if they copy what you do, it's not going to be the same. There is no competition as long as you do a job and bring value to customers and clients. And that's what that book was about. And just real quick on the early exit for pros, that is the one where you can do multiple transactions using 1031s and this sort of thing for tax benefits. If you don't know about that, you should look it up, because it's something that I know you know about it, but there's a lot of people that don't. And the thing is that your biggest expense in business is going to be taxes. So if you can defer it, or you can do creative strategies with a CPA. I'm not a CPA, but I know about it. And that is something that can help you tremendously in business. The second thing is getting more clients, customers, and sales. Sorry for going on too long.
No, that's okay. We are coming up on time here. I want to say one more time, the phone number that I had at the bottom, 520-728-8030. That's the good number for you?
Yeah, and they can reach me directly, and that's why I put it on there. I don't care if people get it, telemarketers or whatever, because a lot of times people don't want to give out their phone number. I don't have a problem with people having my phone number, because that's what I'm here for. A website, a book, all of these things are made to get more people communicating with you. And that's how you get more clients and customers and sales, is direct communication.
Absolutely. Thomas, thank you so much for coming on the show here today.
I appreciate you having me, and I'd like to say hi to Mike also. And I appreciate the interview. I really do. I've had a great time.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.